I once heard on the Joe Rogan podcast in one of the earlier episodes, he was talking about, I believe it was one of the earlier episodes actually, but he was talking about what if this consciousness, our consciousness we experience, is the same for every animal. Now, I'm not talking about your brain, how it can function. That's what I don't believe he was talking about. He was talking about the initial consciousness um, in itself is all the same all the way across. All right. And then I was also thinking about another idea I once heard. It was a quote, actually. It was basically, I'm paraphrasing, and there's no way I can nail the quote right on, but here's kind of what I got from it. All right. That in your body, how your brain synapses are, the way it's all formed, certain synapses are stronger than others because of the way over time, you've developed it. In your body, in your environment, everything around you the way it is. He could not see you doing something else differently than what you would do, what you're going to do. There's no way, ultimately, boiling down to you don't have free will in the sense that everything that's created you to now and everything around you leads you to do one exact thing. You couldn't do something. There was no way you could have done something else. Now, don't think of that as in, well, really, I can just do this. Think of it as, you got to think about the brain itself, the way your body is, exactly how everything is, um, how every particle is placed on you and everything else around you. You would have done that no matter what. Um, so those two ideas put together. See, I was thinking, man, I'm going to think about this. Good goal that just slipped through my fingers like a fish. I had to deal with the consciousness of us all having the same consciousness. All right, well, pretty sure this is it, but it wasn't the way I originally had it. All right, so take your consciousness, here it is, okay. Take your consciousness that is the same as everyone else's, if that's true, like what Joe Rogan was suggesting. So you take that consciousness that is the same, and you place your consciousness into someone else's body. Now, when we move into their body, their consciousness is no longer there. Just imagine that, okay? For some reason, your consciousness is now in their body. But you have their body. So your brain is wired the exact same way. Like their body is wired the exact same way. Nothing changed on their body. The thing is, your consciousness is in there. Well, would you act just like them? I mean, your memories couldn't be there because that's from your old body. Are your memories really stored in your brain? I mean, we don't have the best neuroscience right now, but I think that's where the science tells us right now is it is in the brain, of course, in some way physically. So you would never know because you have all their memories. So you would never know if you took your consciousness and moved it to someone else. If consciousness is the same, it would be that. So let's go another step further. Let's take an animal's consciousness, okay? Take an animal's consciousness, you put it in my body, for example, okay? You take a rabbit's consciousness, you put it in my body, if a rabbit is conscious, which I would believe they are. Take a rabbit's consciousness, put it in my body. Now it has access to all my information, everything, all my history, everything I'm good at, all my talents is all written in my brain. So it has that. Now it wouldn't have its old memories, and it would think its memories are mine. So that rabbit's consciousness could go into my body, and I would never know. You would never know. I want to think about that. Actually, I want to go with this. So if that's the case, how do you know that doesn't happen? I mean, that could happen all the time, but there's no way you would know that. You wouldn't know because, gosh, consciousness is the most confusing thing. What is this? It's just me rambling. Call this Rambling Episode 1.